Hello, welcome to the show. It is Money and Markets and I'm Charles Ward, your host. Now, there's been quite some deliberate effort or drive by African countries and East Africa in general to try and mobilize more revenue domestically, or what you would call a domestic revenue mobilization strategy. Now, Uganda has been quite a trailblazer in this, and now we are seeing several coming or following suit. And the latest in this dream or drive is the South Sudanese government. They were in Uganda to try and benchmark on URA and Minister of Finance's effort to drive domestic revenue mobilization, leveraging ICT or information communication technology. Take a look.
Well, we have encountered a lot of revenue losses, and that's why the government has to say that no, we have to set up a mechanism to enhance on the revenue collections. And the two countries, not only South Sudan losing the revenues, Uganda is also losing, because goods that are being declared to South Sudan, they don't reach South Sudan. So meaning both the country loses the what? The revenue. Uganda is losing because the owner of the consignment of the cargo, he doesn't pay in Uganda, and he doesn't pay in South Sudan. So meaning that two countries are losing a lot of revenue. So the two countries, that is Uganda Revenue Authority and South Sudan Revenue Authority, last year in September, they came up with a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, on how are we going to breach on the gap, so that the two countries try to minimize on the rate of the smuggling and dumping of the goods. So I think based on the MOU, for us to breach on that gap, they had to at least introduce a system. That is because the world is advancing right now, and South Sudan is also one of the countries that is advancing into that. We had to introduce the ECTN, that is the cargo tracking electronic devices. This device, it is end-to-end. It will help us, to minimize on the rate of the smuggling. It will help us to minimize on the rate of the dumping. And then the other above all is that both the country, they realize they're breaching that gap of revenue revenue reductions, because it's not only South Sudan losing, but also Uganda is losing as well. Well, based on the statistics, I'm not all that sure, but based on the transit goods from URA data, we have over, during peak season, because we have peak seasons and we have out of peak season. During peak seasons, we have almost over 18,000 consignment that goes to South Sudan, but they don't reach all. They don't reach all to South Sudan. So with the help of this technology, with the help of this system, it will help us to track, to know exactly where has this consignment being offloaded to. Most of the goods we normally do collect the tax, those exports, the one that we're talking about. We have the fish, from South Sudan. That's one there, our government tax, customs tax. We have the export duties, we have the gum arabic, and we have others that we do.
The world, and especially the business world today, thrives on innovation. It's only those that have been able to leverage innovation, and sometimes ICT-based, that have been able to tick some of the important boxes that are key to success in business. Today we speak to business leaders, pundits, to find out how businesses can leverage innovation to see success come their way. As the business and corporate worlds race to embrace artificial intelligence, some pundits have cautioned about the dangers that this might cause to creative thinking.
The president has asked us that he needs this country to grow tenfold in the next 15 years. 10-fold. Your GDP is $50 billion. We have to deliver a $500 billion. And it's not political. It's about you. The majority of us are not hitting the best of our productivity. The only way we can grow is when our productivity goes up. And here is AI. AI is a productivity tool. Use it to improve your productivity, meaning it starts with a base. Mathematically, productivity must always start with a base. You can't improve what you don't have. You can't make an engine efficient unless it runs. So guys, don't think AI will replace the base. The best is your knowledge. The best is your capacity to research. The best is data. AI is as good as the data it feeds. It is called artificial anyway.
In the same breath, Dr. Muvala stressed the importance of creating innovations that can stand the test of time and avoid the curse normally faced by small businesses where many collapse before celebrating their second birthday.
But we also have the highest death of innovations in the world, meaning that we cancel out ourselves all the time. Something is happening. We are not short of innovators. How do we keep this innovation going?
Currently, Uganda has several innovation hubs that have positioned themselves to support innovators. However, a bulk of young players in this space, including those that have gone through such hubs, are still struggling to monetize their creations, partly contributing to the high failure rate. Reversing this trend, and by extension slowing the small and medium enterprise failure rate, will require government intervention at some point.
So today we are seeing Jena as something very small. Tomorrow, if Uganda, and I mean the state of Uganda, stands behind Jena, instead of putting money into the pockets of Bayer and all these international pharmaceutical companies, we would have our own giant here.
To pundits again, a lot of the heavy lifting will still be met by the entrepreneurs and the innovators themselves. So as Uganda races to be an innovation hub for the region and at the same time deal with the question of business sustainability, a concerted effort bringing together innovators, entrepreneurs and government will be critical. On that note, we'll take a very short commercial break. Money and Markets continues after this break.